thinking, I wonder what it's going to take to tap into my mind and my body today. I know my friend Elizabeth is a therapist with Liberation Institute, and there's some good food carts around town. Yeah, maybe I could go for like a quick chat and then get a snack. I wonder if there's any cool musicians performing around town too. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a great day for Cheechable Livin'.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Feels like the first time I made time in a minute. Rock with it, I'm in attendance. How could we pair feelings aside? I gotta match the fires to the flame. The feelings just got attached. I got the days fall, the straight fall away small. The waist started dancing on me. Had to take you back home. Time moving slow, we fast forward. Butterflies in the belly, your signs is angelic. And mine through my aesthetic, and most to try get it. Love it without limits, the message is over it. Round and round with me, the baby don't mind spinning. Word, put it work in the referral. Shorty could be my girl, look at this so thorough. She precious like little pearls, hair straight of them curls. Beautiful cause you earned it, making this thing worth it.
Welcome to Cheechable Livin'. I'm your host, Cheech, and today we are feeling good with Liz Hoke and Boomer from Boomer FM, and we've got a special demo coming up too with our friend Mel. So I would love to introduce our first guest, Liz Hoke. Why don't you come on over here? Thanks so much for being on the show.
Yeah. Thanks
you know, we're kind of, you know, we've been friends for a little bit, and I just love everything that you're doing.
Oh.
So I guess I just kind of want to be nosy and find out what kind of projects you're working on right now, and like, what are you doing?
Yeah, great. So still at the Liberation Institute, working at that community mental health clinic.
Nice.
We have been doing fun things like trivia and doing groups like running psychedelic integration groups for recovery and doing things like Dungeons and Dragons for people with anxiety, so people can come in if they're feeling social anxiety and do a process group and then be led through a Dungeons and Dragons group.
Cool.
So that's kind of what we're doing there at the clinic.
Oh, that's really exciting. Can you tell us a little bit more about how people can access Liberation Institute and find their way to what you're doing?
Yeah. So Liberation Institute is in Montevilla neighborhood. We have an office on 82nd, and we have a lot of online services. So if people just contact us on the website, they're able to make an appointment. Everything is sliding scale, and everything is offered. It's all donation based.
Mail call.
What? Oh, hey, it's Marisa Joe. Thanks for the mail. Whoa, what do we have here? To CHEECHABLE LIVN. We've got a letter from one of our audience members. Let's see. Between the draining hustle of working full-time and constant stimulation, it feels harder than ever to keep or make friends as an adult. What are good ways of reaching out to those you'd like to get back in touch with or finding new communities to be a part of? Oh, that's a really cool question.
Yeah, great question.
Yeah. It kind of, it really goes well with the Dungeons and Dragons. Like, that sounds like such a fun group.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like, as somebody who's facilitating mental health, do you have any tips for folks who are trying to make new friends or, join social groups?
Yeah.
And yeah, if you want to expand on some of the pieces that, you already brought up, then that's cool too.
Yeah, definitely. I think I was talking to someone about this today, and we were like, it's, as when you're a kid, it seems so easy to build a community, and you just walk up to someone on the playground and say, hey, do you want to play? And we have lost that ability. Like, we do want to play, and we want to connect, and we want to have friends, and we want to do things, but we all get more and more separate from each other because we're on our screens, or because we're working, or because we're just at home. And so, yeah, how do we come back to this idea of just play, just make it really easy and be like, hey, let's play. Kind of like what we do.
Yeah, I know, right? And just, I guess, with kind of those groups that they're not super structured, but, they have a little bit of structure. It gives folks kind of something to focus on and maybe alleviate some of that social anxiety of meeting new people. And I remember when I was like younger and trying to just get out there, I would just be really self-conscious of having to tell my life story. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to tell this story and everything has to be definitive and I have to already be this person. So it's cool that you're doing Dungeons and Dragons and I kind of want to know a little bit more about that. Are are people developing their own stories and kind of playing through those? And do they take turns, or how does that work?
Yeah, so with the specific group, we have people will join, and the person who's leading it is a therapist, and she's a Dungeons and Dragons master.
Oh.
So she'll have everybody step in and kind of talk a little bit about what is creating the social anxiety, what's hard, and then she'll encourage everyone to develop that part of them in the game, and then they'll play together, and then they'll do an integration afterwards, and that becomes the entire group. So, and I think that's what we do at Liberation, instead of focusing on like mental health, right, which becomes this, because it's tied with medical model, everyone thinks mental health is lack of mental health, right? So everyone's focused on what is your diagnosis, what are the symptoms, and that's not wellness. So how do we come back to this idea of play and just being in community and doing things that are fun? Can that actually make our mental wellness better? And so that's what we're trying to do at the clinic.
I love that so much. I'm a big fan of Liberation Institute, and I just really love how you're building community. I'm seeing that, and I know I've gone to some trivia nights, and I'm looking forward to, just getting stoked out on everything that you're doing.
Yay.
So what is a good way for folks to reach you? I know you mentioned it before, but you know, a website or social media, kind of like what's the most active, or do you have a newsletter?
Yeah, so we do have liberationinstitute.org. We do have a newsletter if people want more information. We have LinkedIn and Instagram where we post our different groups and where we are sharing what we're doing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to thank you so much for coming on the show and spending some time with us. I hope you'll come back again too, because I know you're just always kind of developing more cool things.
Yeah.
So I think hopefully this is a good spot for you to find out what's happening at Liberation Institute too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm here in front of Monster Smash with owner Rico. Rico, what was the idea behind opening up such a spooky cart?
A lot of the influence, at least design-wise, comes from childhood, punk rock, skateboarding, monster movies, stuff like that. You know, the idea behind the Smash Burgers, I thought I was onto something pretty new, and you know, something that people weren't doing at the time. When we opened, shortly after, about 7 other places opened, so I guess I wasn't terribly on point with that. But it was mainly, I was tired of the big fancy burgers and wanted something like my childhood, quick, fast, but with good quality, fresh ingredients.
Good call, and I like that you keep the menu simple, so that way nothing gets too lost in translation. It's just the burger, the good stuff, the fries. Probably the best fry to dollar ratio in town, I'd say myself. What's some of like the most fun you have, like just being in the cart, like rocking out or whatever else?
I mean, my favorite moments are probably like the first year when me and Ryan were pretty much just doing everything. Moments when we were getting our butts kicked and turn up some good speed metal and just kind of grind through it and you know, let things happen the way they do. You know, it's a lot of work, but it's pretty crazy to see what it's turned into. It's far surpassed what I ever expected.
Why bread and butter versus a dill pickle?
The pickles, I started experimenting and realized that a sweeter pickle worked well with the saltiness of the beef and the texture and the cheese, and it kind of pairs well with our monster sauce, and I've now become a fan of pickles.
See, we can all change in life. Let's get in the kitchen. The OG burger is 2 smashed beef patties with cheese, house-made pickles, and sauce on a Dos Hermanos brioche bun. There's also vegan options if that's your thing. If you're feeling extra hungry, you can get a quad, which is my favorite way to go. Monster Smash is located behind Belmont Station at Southeast 45th and Stark. And don't forget to bring friends to help you eat all those fries.
Hey there, everyone. We are here with Melody Wright from the cookbook. It's so easy.
It's so easy.
It's so easy. Tell us what is so easy and what you brought to us today.
Well, today I brought you guys some focaccia bread. Yeah, it's real easy. It's going to be olive oil. It's going to be some yeast, active yeast. It's going to be some garlic, some flour, and some salt. And, of course, water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're going to mix all these things up together.
Okay.
And we want to make a dough. And we want to make, like, a lot of dough.
Okay.
And we want to let it sit. And this is what it looks like when the dough is done sitting. It's going to get big.
Yeah, it's
that's
like
what we
fluffy
want.
looking.
Real fluffy. It's jiggly.
Ooh.
You want to jiggle it?
That's fun.
Yeah. All right, not too much.
All right, sorry, I get carried away sometimes.
And then after that, we want to put it in a pan just like this so it can expand the whole pan.
Right, okay, yeah.
And then after that, we want to take this film off just like this.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did that. And then together, me and you.
Together.
Yes. Okay. We're going to put our fingers in here.
Together.
Together. This is nice.
This is like a level up in our friendship, I think.
Well, okay. And then we're just going to take our fingers and do this. We're going to make a lot of air bubbles in this focaccia bread.
Oh, it feels amazing.
Oh, do you feel that?
Yeah.
Wow, this is so easy, right?
It is so
I
easy.
mean, I just can't believe we're doing this together.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
this is a nice thing you
I
can
mean,
do with
yeah.
like maybe your friends or your
Sure.
cat. No, probably not. But,
No, no,
You know.
don't let the cat touch this.
Invite your friends over.
Okay, and then we're just gonna wipe our hands real quick. I brought us 2 little things. We can just do that.
Oh,
and then
cute.
we can just give it back to me. And now we are going to do the toppings. The toppings
Okay.
are really, really easy. Today we are going to do some rosemary.
Oh,
You
beautiful.
want to smell it?
I love the smell of rosemary.
On
It's
anything,
so
really.
good. Yeah.
It's really good.
The terps are blasted.
Those profiles. So I'm going to have you take some like this and just like pop it on there like that.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, just take it on that. And while you're doing that, I'm going to be doing some garlic. I already did some pre-done garlic right here. I'm just going to boop.
Oh,
boop.
fabulous.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to have fun with it. You know why?
Yeah.
Because it's so easy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
so
God.
easy.
Oh, just,
So
you know, if you're having a
easy.
bad day, you say, take it, just, I don't want it. You know, I'm going to eat this bread alone in my room in the dark.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right, well, don't.
Okay. No, I mean, I got
Okay.
carried away with it.
Yeah,
But,
just
you know, I
ex-
feel like it was a day. It's
you know,
been a week.
it's been a week. I understand.
Yeah,
and-
it's like comfort food, right?
I totally, it's,
Yeah.
I mean, it could be.
It could, oh, you think there's like other oh, you know what? I guess maybe if you have a gluten intolerance, it would be discomfort food.
That's a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really, I mean, I still go through the pain. I have that problem as well, but that's a choice. And I
Oh,
don't really
yeah.
talk about it.
Okay.
And then after we're done with that, what you're going to want to do is set your oven at 400 degrees. Pop this baby in for like 35, 40 minutes until it gets golden brown. And then I think we're going to do some TV magic. Are you ready?
Ooh, TV magic.
Yeah, you done with that rosemary?
I just love rosemary so much. Let me just do one more pinch. All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
And then with the TV magic, we go, oh, here's our
into the
oven. And then we just come out. Boom!
Oh,
You see that?
that is gorgeous
You see that?
and delicious
You see it?
looking.
Yeah. You want to smell it? That's good. And
Fresh
that's,
baked bread is phenomenal.
it is so easy. It literally took 3 minutes.
It's so easy.
Yeah, it's really, really easy. Focaccia bread is for everybody except for gluten haters. So,
Cool. Can we try tear a little piece off?
oh, you want to?
Yeah.
Will you break it off with me?
Yes. Break it
All
off.
right. Well, don't look into my eyes like that. Mmm. Oh, yeah.
That's delicious.
That's really good. Wow.
It's so
I'd like to welcome my next guest, Boomer, who's my favorite Portland comedian to creep on social media. I always know what's going on in Portland when Boomer shows up in the stories. Definitely follow him on, what's your handle on social?
Boomer FN.
Boomer
Across the board.
FM.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for being on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Let's let her rip.
All right. Perfect. This isn't unusual for me to play at an awkward place. I performed at a Moose Lodge, an Elks Lodge, and an Eagles Lodge. You know, in Portland, I pretty much just need like a Dragon Lodge, a Rooster Lodge, and a Dog Lodge to fill up my Chinese zodiac calendar. Just working on it. You know, I figure between a smoke shop, a smoke shop, a dog park, and a sex club, I got it all figured out. Like Portland, you can just knock all those out of the park. I do play at some weird places. Every time that I do a comedy show, regardless from the start to today, every time I do one, there's somebody yelling it from the audience, whispering it to a friend, coming up to me after a show, and what they say, damn, that lesbian has great hair. It's in your head, y'all. It's called conditioning. Trust me. My brother, he's conditioned another way. He's in the military, so he definitely thinks that I need to cut that joke out. not gonna do it. You know, he's like, bro, you gotta keep that high and tight, hoorah. I'm like, dude, this is Portland, right? The only thing I'm keeping high and tight on me is my brain and my booty. High and tight, all night, hoorah. I taught that to my nephews. He hates it. His wife even more so. It's wild. Portland, right? We're like poop land. I live downtown. It's wild. In a restricted access building, I had somebody on the 3rd floor trying to do laundry, and there's a pile of poop there. There's a pile of poop. It's like, what are you gonna do? What did I do? You know what I did? I put a couple dryer sheets on it, you know?
Yeah.
Because it was a big load. Stupid. It's crazy. I get with the whole like lesbian hair thing. I get misgendered. Like, you ever been mammed at a Costco for a quarter? Like, can't even get like it's not even $1.50 hot dog anymore. It's ridiculous, you know? Or something like I go downtown to my favorite hotspot, keeping it weird, Dante's, you know? Someone walks up to me, are you boy or girl? I don't know, you rich or broke? It changed the whole dynamic of the evening, you know? I'm broke, so I go to Safeway, punch in my little club card number, still get harassed, buy the machine, prints it out, says, have a good day, Miss Fisher, right? I'm like, damn, that's Ms. Fisher, bitch. I'm available, hit me up. Those nice ice cream, I need them. I love them. Tell you a little bit about myself by talking shit about my parents. My mom was a go-go dancer. My dad's a biker. Naturally makes me born to be sad. I'm not really. Real quick, you guys ever see two fat people hugging and want to draw a chalk circle around to see which one to push the other one out first? It's okay, you guys. I used to be a fat kid. I can tell that joke. You guessed it. Now I'm a fat adult. Don't live in the past, all right? We're biggie size. No, it's great. The one thing that's weird about like being a fat kid and growing up is like I actually did lose a bunch of weight one time, and having comics as friends is the worst, right? Because they're like, oh man, good job on the weight loss, right? I bet it's cool you can see your D now. I'm like, no, it's a lot cooler. I can wipe my butt now. Thank you for the whole swing around. You might know about it. It's all right. Oh man, I do live in Portland, and I have the tattoos to prove it. Because you know, you live in Portland long enough, you got to have the tattoos to prove that you're actually in Portland. You know, I got the dog tattoo. R.I.P. Dodger, miss you, bro. I got the numerics, you know, what's up, 365, that's my old football number. And in case I never played football. I got the pirate ship, what's out? Even though I never sailed a single sea, not 1 through 7. But I have been to all C's candy stores, all 7 of them in the greater Northwest Portland area. All right, I think that's my time. Thank you guys very much for having me. It's been a blessing. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to CHEECHABLE LIVN. I'm your host, Cheech, and today we are talking about finding inspiration, and we have a really special Portland guest on today, Johnny Cool. Come on over, Johnny, and come hang out with us.
How you doing?
Good. Thanks for coming through today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Well, I just am such a huge fan of your work, and I see you all over the city just being kind of the ultimate creative person.
Hey, I appreciate that. I just had to figure out how to focus the energy I get, because I feel like I've been blessed to be like an antenna, just of different things. And I heard a long time ago, it must have been like 8 years old, when I heard you can attract melodies. And I didn't even make music back then, but I don't even know what I was watching, but somebody had said that on TV, and I was like, attract melodies, like that's interesting. But now I get it. You can attract ideas, you know, just by being open.
I love that.
That's me.
I can see that. I mean, it's apparent in the
Mail
music.
call.
Oh, what? We've got Marisa, our mail carrier, and sometimes we get letters from the audience, and yeah, let's see what we've got today.
Okay, what do you got?
Oh, okay. So one of our audience is writing in about creativity. So sometimes I like being creative and sometimes kind of goofy. I really just want to be cool though. What does it take to be the coolest of all time?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, that's a great question.
So to keep it simple, for the first part is, to be the coolest, you got to be yourself to the fullest. I know it rhymes, but it's that easy sometimes, and really just going within. And if you want to be goofy, be it. That's part of you. Like, don't force anything. Like, just don't even rush your growth process, because I feel like we all wait to find ourselves, but I don't think that's true. We got to create ourselves and be creative with that.
Yeah.
And so being able to create yourself, you're your own focus, you know. So to be the coolest, you just got to be like, just be you, be happy with you, be comfortable with your growth, and create yourself. Like, you know, I love seeing people without tattoos and things, like from 1 year and then a year later they got new tats and they dyed their hair and whatever it is. You ain't got to be like a famous or anything like that. You just got to really mold into who you are, you know.
Total transformation.
Transformation. And
change it up.
if we was like popcorn seeds, you know, we all get to pop into this kernel. I think that's when you get to be, that's you all the way.
Yeah.
But then there's the halfway people who aren't all the way sure, them little halfway kernels you get, but you can still kind of eat.
Right.
Or you become the seed at the bottom of the bowl, like old JoJo Soso, just a regular person, you know. But you don't want to be, you always, you know, the goal is to be at the top of the bowl.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
That's what I'm at.
The goal is to be the top of the bowl.
Where everything's popping, you know, be popping at the top of the bowl. So.
Oh man, I love that. How are you applying that to kind of what projects you're working on now, or kind of some of your recent projects?
Oh, well, so right now I'm focused on my own music project. Like, I've never put out an album. So I got some things in the work, which is like my shirt that says Breakfast in Portland.
Cool.
And that's actually an album, a psychedelic rock inspired album, 60s era of not just rock. I would say, like, I like the things that inspire me, like Curtis Mayfield, and it's
nice.
a real wake and bake friendly music project.
Okay, I'm in.
And so to me, Breakfast in Portland is like our brunch. So as when you wake up, we wake up late and we have our wake and bakes and we eat brunch, you know. So
that's cool. I'm excited about that. So you're going to perform for us today.
Yeah, yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about the song that you're going to perform?
Yeah, so the song I'm going to perform is Warp Speed. Cool. And I love that song, and I got the inspiration from living in New York City, and it's just how fast-paced it was.
Yeah.
And I first made the track, and it was like a slow beat, and I was like, this don't make no sense. And when I got back to Portland, that nostalgia of the 80s just hit me, because like my sister is about 10 years older than me.
Okay.
And she would play all this cool stuff like Kenny Loggins, Prince, and Janet Jackson near me, and it's just kind of, I need that every once in a while. So I'm like, some people watch old movies for the nostalgia. I get to make music that come from different times, you know, so I get a chance to just, that's my thrift shopping. And
I love that.
So, Warp Speed,
yeah, that's a cool note for inspiration too. Yeah, readers take note, you know, look into your nostalgia.
Yeah, will make you feel, because that's one of the things that drives creation is like mood, feeling. How do you feel? What's the mood? Or how do you want people to feel? So I think that's important questions before you start creating.
That's amazing. Yeah. So I know that you are also a clothing designer.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about some of those projects and our
Yeah, so funny, the question was coolest, how to be the coolest of all time, and that's the name of my brand, Coolest of All Time. And it came from my buddies calling me the coolest while I'm in the studio, just because I'm a little laid back, you know?
Yeah.
And so I got some fashion vibes, you know. It's just pretty much what I would wear, and like love for folks to feel
Yeah,
that,
let's see what
that
you got.
energy. So right here I got this crown beanie. I'll show you how to open it.
Okay.
You could just rip it open, but I want to save this bag. I want to save it. You know,
Oh,
somebody might want it. So I'll show you.
That's cool.
And inside, monochromatic colors.
Oh, nice.
Says crown on it.
Yeah.
And a little lint. Don't need that. And this has about what it's about, the crown chakra, actually, you know, access to your wisdom and just your above access to your high energy, you know.
I love that.
And more
cool.
support. Yeah, that's my logo.
Yeah, I love that you have Egyptian and, you know, like actually you do kind of have a lot of Egyptian themes in your visual art, and I think that's really compelling, and I think it really like excites people and draws into the power of that.
My dad's family from Alexandria, well, I would say near that area, Alexandria, Egypt. So I got Egyptian in my dad's side of the family. So
cool.
Rooted long time ago. Yeah.
That's awesome. The magic is coursing through your veins.
Thank you.
All right, well let's see warp speed. I'm so excited for that. That's amazing. Thank you, Johnny.
You look good in all the merch, so I appreciate you.
Yeah, I love this. I'm gonna just rock this everywhere now. Hey, Johnny, what have you got set up here today?
So I got my little setup that it's real simple setup that I'm proud of. It kind of gets the job done, and really, I don't know, I kind of just been having this kind of setup for years since I started. Just a simple laptop monitor, MIDI board, little speakers, and little drum pad.
That is amazing. This seems...
Here's me looping, and I like to find the oldest obscure sample I can, and even if somebody's heard it before, they're not going to do it the way I do it. So I don't care if somebody goes, oh, you know, Kanye West sampled that song. He's not the old band that I'm sampling from, so he, you know. So here's I love it. So I do stuff like this. And you can't tell, but I stripped away the drums. Actually, let me show you what it sounded like originally, because you're going to be like, whoa.
Cool.
So it's like, yeah, I think it's cool because it has just that dynamic of like showing up. Oh, yeah. Sometimes I sure forget what they are. My name's on my songs are.
I know, I feel like half the time I always am just like searching for files.
Yeah, and it's so cool to like have some fun and oh yeah, here we are. Ha. So I'm like, that with the drums is really cool, but to me, sampling with live drums, they're never on the same track. Cause sometimes you get a drummer who's like doing this part, and then the next little 4 bars is a little slower, and then they're speeding it up, and their drum rolls aren't really quantized. So making digital music, you want to be a little sometimes on the grid, and then you can adjust it at that. So I took out the drums just because I'm like, you know, it's just giving me a little more space to create, and I also pumped up the bass too. So like I separated them. So yeah.
That's cool.
So here's how I'll listen to it and I'll go, oh, what is the what is my favorite part? And so far, I like this as like a bar. So here we go. There. Boom. So as I was saying, that little part where I'm like, oh, I gotta get real intricate and zoom in. So that's why I like the monitor versus using a big old or small little laptop screen. That's why people say, how come you don't use an MPC or them other beat machines? Cause like this screen is so small. Like I need to see what I'm doing. I like to loop precisely, and them same people have sloppy loops.
Okay.
So nope. Can't.
We're not calling out anybody specifically.
Yeah, but just get it to where you got seamless loops. Like so that's a little quick.
That bass is so good.
Perfect.
That's so smooth.
That's a little loop. And then if I want to, depending on the vibe and the artist, like sometimes I listen to a track like this and I think like UGK, oh, I'm sorry.
All good. Loop it.
Oh, I'm busy. So let me see. So sometimes depending on like, I think like UGK and these like southern artists, so I would like bring it down. You can also adjust the little bounce, and like then I start to kind of like freestyle to see where the tempo is. If I hear something, usually like it comes right off the top. So if I'm like, yeah, you see me everywhere, but I'm still unreachable. Freestyling now, but it's teachable. Hey, I'm teachable, but still cool. You should know I can flow freestyle. I could do it in P-Town. But then I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. But I don't want to rap like that. So then if I want to go like maybe like a little slower, like who is this for? Like and I just think about like the rhythm before I even decide to put drums or anything to it. I just take it to, I like make sure I really like it. Like, wait, is this the loop that I really like? But that part I really do like actually. So
yeah.
And then I wanted to show you like another way that I think about like art process, and sometimes it's just going through like there's this thing I use called native instruments, and they got their sounds are so real because they sample from real musicians.
Yeah.
So like real musicians play into it, and so you have to. That's why I think it's so expensive. I'm like the money hopefully goes to those people. But because I'm paying for all of this stuff. But I got this bass called the Rickenbacker.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite bass.
Yeah, and look how real it sounds. It's like.
Oh yeah, I know that sound.
So I started this one, and I like it because it's like, and I have a verse that I wrote for it, but so I kind of was messing with when I was like messing with the bass, I'm like this note, and then that note together, I was like, whoa, this is real epic. So I started to go. So I know like, to a normal bass player, they're like, that's simple. But to me, I'm like, watch this. And then you have especially the drums. So here goes some funky drums. Actually, I sampled these drums from, like the NERD is one of my favorite groups, for real. I draw inspiration from them. Mm-hmm. And just like, I'm a hip hop producer, so I like to sample. Like, don't make anything, don't put it out. Like, I don't care if your song came out yesterday. I'm not looking to sample it, but if there's one little sip a piece, so listen to this popular song, all the girls standing in the line for the bathroom, all the girls standing in the line for the, it was like such a classic to me, but check this out. So I'm like, that's cool, but I was wondering if there was a part where, I think it was one time I was just super baked. I was so high and I was like listening to it and I was like, wait, right here. Like I would sample James Brown drums break, so why can't I sample from an NERD drum break? Yeah. And then I did my own thing to it, and then I kind of a little freaked it out a little bit.
That's cool.
Gave it a little bit, and then that bass line I just showed you, I thought it was cool. So from there you can like, it's still really pretty, you know? So let me see, let's show you some keys. So I'll show you what I got from that so far, and it's a song called Astronaut Crush. It's not out yet, but soon. So I took all that and I got some vocals in here, so it's really cool. I got an astronaut crush. And that's just kind of how one thing could lead to another, because I didn't know it was going to turn into this. Yeah, I didn't know it was going to turn into Astronaut Crush. I was like, oh, whoa. And then my buddy Trevor, shout out to Trevor, he liked it a lot, so we just kind of did that, and I got a verse to record. I just been managing the way I'm going to deliver it, because I'm like, it has to be urgent, but still cool. So I got like, how do I master that? And I encourage a lot of folks to practice your verse and really, really give it to somebody. Like figure out how you're gonna give it to somebody before you just go, yeah, I'm gonna just. Some people, you know, no judgment, because everybody got their own thing. But if you're like recording your verse from your phone, like you're reading your verse as you're rapping, I don't think you really know your verse yet.
Yeah.
You don't you can't just dive in with your eyes closed and moving your hands, and so that's where I want to be before I record it. I want to be able to go in the studio and just zone out before I'm like sound like I'm reading something to you. It's like that sounds very scripted, and then. But sometimes I would do that, and then like as far as time, I'm like, well, I'm in the studio and I got about an hour left. Maybe I can record this verse real quick and come back and do it the way I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
So I always like the one how an idea can come from just the bass sound. Like I think if it wasn't for the Rick, I was like, that was the first kind of sound I started messing with. I was like, wait, this bass sounds so real. And so messing with that, it was just like, yeah, let me get like a bass driven song, you know, and I think that's cool. I like different ways of like creating, so I don't always sample and but finding original sounds and weird sounds, you know, like I can show you maybe one of my weird beats.
Okay.
I think,
yeah, let's
I wouldn't say
weird.
it's weird, yeah, it's kind of like, to me it's like, I'm a funketeer. Like, look at this jacket. You know, like I like funk.
Yeah, this is a rad jacket.
So, you know, like it gotta be funky. And like it's like high pressure funk, you know, like Prince or like I don't know, like it's just a certain feel.
Yeah. There's that. It sounds like that Prince guitar flourish, you know.
Yeah, and just not being afraid to do something random every once in a while, cause like do the ideas that's in your head, and so like that's I don't know if you know, there's a blues artist here, Norman Sylvester, and I ran into him recently at the Albina Music Trust, kind of like a brunch, and he was like reminding me of like any song idea that come to your head, just find a way to lay it down. Don't even wait. Don't even don't go, oh yeah, that's cool. Probably not. That's kind of goofy. It's like the songs out there in the world, you can't even, don't even question what's goofy or corny. Just put it out there and just try it. Record it and get to the studio at least. So I'm like, my memo pad is just full of voice, just me singing in my phone and singing weird bass lines and way off pitch, but you just get the idea, you know. You go, oh, that was weird, or I was baked and that was cool at the time, but now I'm not. And so I was like, what was I doing? I'm just saying, yeah. Oh yeah, because I was thinking like some I was like some fast songs. So sometimes you're walking and I think I mentioned that you can attract melodies. So like if you're walking and you just go start whistling a song that don't exist, like something's giving you music, because that's vibration is flowing all through space. So how can you not pick it up? So I always think like I'm lucky to be an antenna. Like I mentioned, just being an antenna and being in the right place, the right time to pick up all these different melodies, and just to figure out like what to do with them. And that's usually like the next thing. It's like why are you giving me all this music, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's like you're gonna have to put them to use somehow. So
organize it, and that's the work. Yeah,
that's the work, and then and making sure they're like, I feel like it's kind of like gardening. Like if I take care of these, and maybe I started a beat 4 years ago, and maybe I came to a stop, but now I'm smarter and I have more sounds to add, and I can go back and tweak it, and now it's ready to be shown at the right place, right time. Like whenever I'm just playing beats at for example, the Arlene Snitzer new gallery, the Snitzer collection, I do their events on Saturdays every month, and I'm just playing my original beats. So I can imagine somebody walking in going, hey, I rap, or my nephew raps, or I sing. What are you doing with this? Or this is the perfect song for like my commercial or whatever. And you just never know. So I just be diving in. Let me show you like another. Like here's like a fusion of some like original and like a soul sample. I thought it was tight. I didn't show Josh this beat yet, but
it's all new.
Got rid of the vocal. And I love it because you can rap, somebody can rap real stylish or quick. I like to rap kind of quick if I can. I don't twist, like twist it, but like in my head I can, if I know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think about that and like, just, I don't know, I feel like I just came a long way to realize like, just talking about like my simple setup. Years ago, I had this laptop that I needed a kickstand pretty much. I needed like to lean up against everything. I used to carry this big old book. Everybody would be like, why you get that big old this, I think it was like an encyclopedia I took from my mom's husband. It's like a big old book. I used to carry it everywhere in my backpack with my laptop because I'm like, I need it. I need it to stand up. But I remember I got invited to New York to make music with John Legend's producers. And I brought this laptop in there and they were like, you made this on that? And I was just like, yeah. And they were just like, okay, that's cool. You gotta get a new laptop. But I was like, I do. But it was like, but it's in my head. I was like, wait, but that first part you said, you made this on that. Like, that don't change anything because the idea is in here, and I'm just using this to get the ideas out. So your computer can't make your beats tight.
I love that. That is, I think, the biggest takeaway from what you've shared so far is that it's just really important to get your ideas out and record them in any way that you can. And then you can always go to the studio and, refine.
It ain't nothing besides like putting away a little bit of cash and paying for a studio and an engineer you can trust their ear and say, hey, I want to master this song or this idea and bring it to the next level. I'm pretty sure they charge $40, $60 an hour, which you may not need more than 3 to get your song worked on, but it's really just that trust the process. Like, you're in a laboratory. Like, before you take your small research to the big laboratory, you just gotta make sure you own point, you own something, And it's like, it's just a lot to go into the music going out. I want to show you this one between him and Quincy Jones. So I didn't want to sample it, and I didn't want to make it just like that. But I wanted to feel like that instantly. And people go, "Is this Michael Jackson's song?" It's like, no, it's not. But it's fun, and I'm gonna be releasing some vibes that sound like this. Where I produce these for other people though. Like, my voice will be on there. I'm not like singer, and I just hope that people, I guess at the end of the day, will realize that like I like to do all anything that kind of frees my. How do you say it? I just feel free. I just feel free to create like anything, any music. So I don't want to be a hip-hop producer. I came from hip-hop, I came from jazz, and I came from funk. So I can't see myself being labeled down like that. Even to being a producer is like, that's cool, that's a sip. That's a sip of what I can offer. We all are universes walking around, star systems full of so much to offer, and some people don't get to offer much, but I want to show the world, like I got a world to show you. I got cartoons, oh man, it's gonna go on, and I'm just happy to be in a place like Portland and be around some cool folks who got everybody else around me who doing something inspiring me. Like me and Josh, we've been working on, if y'all know Bleach by Josh, Money Rocket, we've been working since 2010, and seeing the process each year, just like how can we get our ideas out, and we've been doing the same thing, like let's just get it down. You got an idea, let's start it, do it. So word of the day, got your idea, do it. Like start, do it. Don't even put it on a calendar, make it today. Like,
warp speed, fly through the night, holding you, you hold me tight. Warp speed, fly through the night, the speed of love is the speed of light. Warp speed, fly through the night, holding you, you hold me tight. Warp speed, fly through the night, the speed of love is the speed of light. Teleport your heart to mine right away. Gotta move fast, we don't have time to waste. I thought true love would be so hard to find. Let's go, accelerate to the limit, you'll be in my arms on time. Warp speed, fly through the night, holding you, you hold me tight. Warp speed, fly through the night, the speed of love is the speed of light. Warp speed, fly through the night, holding you, you hold me tight. Warp speed, fly through the night, the speed of love is the speed of light. Warp speed, warp speed, warp speed. Oh, warp speed, warp speed.
Tell them